What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and this video is going to be similar to another video that I done last year, and it's going to be reacting to the FIFA 21 player ratings that Rangers have got. For those of you that are long-term subscribers on the channel, you know that I don't tend to upload FIFA or a lot of gaming content to the actual YouTube channel itself. I keep most of that for over on my Twitch page, where I've been streaming pretty much at least 5 days a week since the start of lockdown, so for a long time, and we will be doing the daily stream grinds as soon as FIFA comes out in COD as well. So if you are interested, there is my Twitch below, and the link will be down below as well in the description if you want to check that out. The only FIFA related content I tend to upload to YouTube is our series Road to 100-0 with Rangers. Last year we got our best results, but we were 65-2, so obviously not quite getting there, but could FIFA 21 be the year? So just a quick reminder before we get into why we're all here, but just taking a look at these FIFA 21 Rangers cards, don't forget to hit that like button if you do enjoy the video. It helps the channel out massively, and subscribers are so close to hitting that 5,000 subscriber mark. But we'll start this off by quickly talking about how many golds, silvers and bronzes we've got. And you can see here on the screen, 2 golds, 21 silvers and 3 bronzes. So we'll jump straight into things, and we'll start it off with the goalkeeper. And as you can see, I've got 2 tabs open here, the FIFA 21 stats and then the FIFA 20 stats for Rangers. And in FIFA 21, you can see here, McGregor's at 74 silver and McLaughlin at 68 silver. You compare it to last year, McGregor's had a 1 downgrade and McLaughlin's had a 3 downgrade. Like, right away, that's EA. You've got to ask serious questions of how much they actually watch or have any knowledge about football. McGregor, I suppose, like, the only way I can describe that one with EA is when players get older, they just tend to absolutely destroy their cards. But McGregor's season he had last year, that European one especially, how that man can be downgraded is beyond me. And then McLaughlin, all I can say is it must be the English football bias, because last year he had his card at Sunderland, I believe it was, wasn't it? And then he's come up to Rangers, so because he's moved to Scotland, he's automatically got a -3 rating, and nuts. So moving on to the centre-backs now, and you can see here, everyone is silver. Balogun at 73 with 53 pace. Man really is probably our fastest centre-back at the club, so where they've pulled 53 pace from, I've got no idea. Hollander's card, they've pretty much got the pace spot on, can't really complain about that one. They've got him joint highest actual defending stats with Balogun again. I would be quite happy to agree with that, but let's compare these to last year's now. In Hollander, 2 downgrade. Goldson, 2 downgrade. Katic, 1 downgrade. George, the Fridge, a 4 upgrade. And then Balogun, a 1 downgrade as well. So it just looks so far like the full Rangers squad. I've not looked at the rest yet, but I've just all been downgraded, which is a bit nuts, because see, when you look at the stats here, the 2018-19 season, we had 78 points after 38 games played. And after only 29 games played, we had 67 points, so we were going to smash that points tally. So very clearly, we played better and had a better team, but the team just looked to be downgraded across the board, which is, yeah, you just got to wonder what they're thinking when they pick these. Just wanted to check out as well the big man's heading accuracy before I moved on. 73, more like 93 if you know what I'm saying. So moving on to the right backs here, and the only option for us this year is Tav. We had Polster last year, and I'm quite surprised that Nathan Patterson hasn't got himself a FIFA card yet, because in the past you've had Jamie Bird-Jonas getting a bronze card in FIFA, who I think Patterson had played a lot more first team games than Jamie had at that point when he was getting in FIFA, so I'm not quite sure why EA haven't put Nathan into the game. But Tav here still looks like a decent option to use. Compare him to last year, they've kept him the same. Well, he's went from a rare to a non-rare card, but once you actually have a look at his in-game stats here, looks pretty decent, strong, good stamina. From his defensive here, the defensive awareness at 63 is his lowest part of defending. I think everyone would agree that is a fair assessment of Tav. Pace is about right, he's quick but not absolutely rapid, so yeah, Tav's card's pretty decent. So to the other side of the pitch now, and we're going on to the left backs, and you've got Borna and Bassey, that's his real name there. I think a few people have seen that on the team sheets at times and been like, who is this? Is this new trialist we've got? But that is big Calvin Bassey, and first thing I noticed with Calvin Bassey is 72 physical. You're telling me that Borna has more physical than Calvin? Like, EA have clearly not seen this man because he is an absolute unit. I know on FIFA other things go into it as well. We'll see his card in a little bit, but 72 physical is far too low for him. I understand the rest of the ratings. He's a new player, not really proved himself much, so can't complain too much about the bronze. But 73 for Bonner. To compare that to last year, he's had a 2 upgrade. Well deserved, absolutely well deserved. But 73 rated for Croatia's #1 choice left back. It is. When you look, I've got on screen here another left back, Bradaric, who plays for Lille, and he's 75 rated. But Bonner gets ahead of him in the Croatian team. It's just disrespect to the Scottish League. When we actually go into Bonner's card here, the pace is about right for FIFA statistics. Crossing is his high stat, and the passing, totally get that, that's understandable. The rest of the card looks good. And for FIFA wise, for actually using a Rangers team, Bonner looks decent this year, but I think he's actually been pretty harshly done by not getting at least a 75 rated gold card. So getting into centre mids now, and there's a lot of interesting things to talk over here, a lot of players to go over. Start off with Kamara. Compared to last year, he's been downgraded 1 from a 70 to a 69. Aribo has been upgraded 1. Arfield has been downgraded 3, so a massive downgrade for him. Davis downgraded 2. That one I can kind of see with the age, and to be honest, he has, in the past couple of weeks, when you're watching this video, when it's been released, he's actually been pretty decent. But for a large majority of the Dubai time, after Dubai time, along with a lot of the squad, but especially Davis, looked like he's lost it, but he seems to have been reborn, found new legs from somewhere. Hadji's been downgraded 1, and Ryan Jack has been kept the same. So no gold players in this Rangers centre mid spot. So going over the in-game stats of some of the most usable centre mids this year, you've got Kamara with 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot. I would say that's pretty fair. I don't think he's quite worthy of a 4-star skills, but he is very, very good at his body feints and manipulating defenders and other midfielders that way. Well, more midfielders, because we know he doesn't like to go forward that much. But 71 dribbling on Kamara. Can we tell that to Scott Brown?
He's got Kamara. There he goes again. Brilliant.
On to Aribo, and he's had a well-deserved 1 upgrade. Maybe that's because of his call-up to the Nigerian squad and scoring against Brazil, etc. Because EA do take that kind of stuff into consideration. When you look at his skills here, 4-star skills, 3-star weak foot, I think that's fair enough for Aribo. The acceleration and sprint speed, that's about right. 88 agility, so he's actually going to be, I think this will be a really good card to be using, of course, if you're using Rangers and Ultimate Team head-to-head this season. But the stats, they're fair enough for a silver of his rating. I think, again, he should be up there at least at 74, 75 if we're talking FIFA stats. But, again, 75 dribbling, I mean, tell that to Braga. Getting on to Jacko's card now, 74, stayed the same, still a shiny midfielder, high work rates, 91 stamina, 84 aggression, 74 strength. I love that part of his card. Pretty accurate there as well. The pace, it's about right, considering your FIFA statistics. Obviously, they need to keep it fair with a 74 rated card. He's definitely going to be Rangers' best holding man again in FIFA, but 75 long passing, I think it's time for another clip, don't you? One more who I'm interested in going over the in-game stats for is Hadji. He's been downgraded 1, but his card still looks decent considering for this Rangers team, and it's going to be huge. That 4-star skills, 5-star weak foot for you playing head-to-head seasons, playing against your mates, playing against whoever. The card does look good considering. Decent passing on it, good curve, good agility, fast enough, and I think that card is going to be brilliant for if you're using Rangers this year. Davis, I'm not really going to go over. I'm not too surprised on that. Kamara, I'm surprised he's went down 1 considering he's been starring for Finland as well. And Arfield down 3. I mean, I think that's really harsh. I get he's getting older and EA like to play that card, but he's still a captain of Canada when he's playing over there. And I just don't see that. Maybe a -1 I could have lived with, but -3 I think is far too harsh. I would say let's move on to the right wingers, but yeah, even EA know that we need to sign someone there because there's no one. So we'll jump straight into talking about the left mids, and you've got a bronze here in middle at 64, the same as last year. Brandon's the same as the year before as well at 67. Jones has had a -1 from 72 down to 71. I'm fine with that. I can live with that. It's understandable. But Kent's been downgraded from a 73 to a 72. You look at his card last year, 73 it started at. but it had your summer heats, your road to the finals, and Kent played awesome last year, still is playing awesome. So for him getting a -1 is absolutely mind-boggling. Maybe it's because of, everyone knows if you played FIFA last year how much of a nuisance Kent was to other players. Us Rangers fans absolutely loved it, but everyone loved to hate Ryan Kent last year because he was so good. Are EA expecting him to get a lot of informs this year, so they've moved him down so people don't complain as much? Who knows, but whatever the reason is, him getting a -1 is... he's got to be at least a 75 rated card. The positive we can still take about this Kent card though, well, for the Rangers fans anyway, is he's still got the 4-star skills, still got the 5-star weak foot, so when undoubtedly he gets a couple of informs, this card's going to be very, very usable, even in your main Ultimate Team squads. He's got that agility, balance, he's got the pace, and I can't wait to see what kind of cards he gets this year. So moving on to talk about the strikers now, and as you can see, the 1 gold is Morelos. I'm not surprised that he's got that card. It could even be a little bit higher, in my opinion, but we'll start with Greg Stewart. Believe he's actually got a +1. He's actually been upgraded, Greg Stewart. See, it's crazy. Arthur gets down 3 and Stewart goes up 1, some of the stuff's just absolutely mind-boggling. Taking a look at Itten here, and he's had a massive +6 upgrade. It's so it's not all Rangers players that are just totally axing with their ratings. Is it just a big randomising computer that they just generate? I don't know, but Itten's got a +6. I'd maybe get him. He did have a good season the previous season. That is why Rangers went out and signed him. But does it want a +6? Hey, I'm not complaining because it's us that get to use him in the game. But that one's a bit crazy to me. Roof has had a -2 downgrade. So that one's probably just because of the injury. So that one I do understand there. Defoe's had a -2. I think -2's maybe a bit harsh. It is -2, let me just check. Yeah, so we went from 67 pace down to 64 pace. He's had a couple of stats off here and there, down to 74. I think a 75 might suit him, because he's still scored a lot of goals, still had a good season, but I get that he's getting older, so yeah. Morelos, after another belter of a season, I'm very surprised that he is still a 75 rated. He's went from a non-rare gold up to a rare gold, but yeah, he's got to be at least 77, 78 in my opinion. So looking at the in-games of the 2 strikers that I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be using this year if you're playing with Rangers, and it's Roof and Morelos. So start with Roof here. He's had a -4 pace downgrade, so that's quite gutting, but 79's still decent for a silver card. 4-star weak foot, 3-star skills, that's pretty good. He's shooting solid enough for this type of card, and decent agility and balance. You shouldn't feel too sluggish on the ball, maybe with those 67 reactions, but I think he will be pretty good, and I think it's probably a year for 2 strikers if you're playing with Rangers, because 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot as well from Morelos. They've got that physical, I love that. 88 strength, 89 aggression. It probably should be 99 aggression, but the acceleration, pace, that's about right. He's not rapid, he's not slow. Decent finishing on him. I really like his cards. 61 agility with 84 balance. I think his agility could be a little bit more than that, to be fair. He does have good balance. He's got that really good core strength that we see all the time in holding off defenders. But quite chuffed with this card. But like I said, I believe his rating should be a little bit higher. But what I'm going to go do now is put a squad together, and what I'll be using personally. And if you want to take this advice, do so, to give you the best chance of doing the best you can with Rangers in this year. So for me personally, this is what I'll be starting with when I'm playing with Rangers. I've not played FIFA 21 yet, so don't know what the meta is like. I'm just going to be going with a bog standard formation that is usually decent in all FIFAs. My thoughts here between Katic and Goldson at the back is, I know you've got Hollander and Balogun with better defending than Katic, but the pace is just always going to be important in FIFA, and Hollander with 44, Balogun with 53, it's just... it's a very... You can go with that. You'll be a lot braver than me if you go with that. But Barisic and Tav and the full-backs, no, that's an easy decision. Jones out in the right wing, Kent in the left. I think they're the 2 best wingers options, but we'll go to the bench as well, because we do have good options off the bench this year. You've got your one really defensive midfielder in Jack, and then Aribo, who will do the both-to-both, box-to-box is what I should be saying there. Morelos and Roof up top, because they're just going to look like they can do that all up top together. And when you look at your bench this time, for if you're going head-to-head, Ultimate Team, whatever it may be, you've got Hadji to come off the bench, which is great. You might play 4-2-3-1. You can play Hadji in at that central zone because he's got decent passing. He's got the 5-star weak foot as well. You've got Barker to come on who will run the wings. You could have Arfield for fresh legs for Aribo. And then if heading is good this year, you've got Big Itten to come on as well if you're needing a goal late on, or just, of course, if you want to try the big man out. But that's the squad that I'll be running with in FIFA 21 for my head-to-head seasons, Ultimate Team if I'm playing with Rangers, and our co-ops Road to 100 0. But that is all that we're going to talk about in today's video, and I want to know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think the squad I built at the end is the best Rangers squad to be using this year? What's your thought on some individual players, the upgrades, the downgrades? But once again, thank you all for watching so much. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button. It helps the channel grow massively. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you've enjoyed the video, if you haven't already, because we are so close to that 5,000 subscriber mark. But once again, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to check out the Twitch if you want to see me playing a lot of games with this Rangers squad. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one. You close by the stormy seas, oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head.